I grew up on the streets in the dirty KC. Not gonna do that. Well, I live in Colorado now, as many of you may know, Denver. But a lot has happened in my life to get me to this point. My life has taken a lot of crazy twists and turns, as I'm sure many of yours have. Ever since that fateful day we all stood on stage together wearing our Grim Reaper robes and repositioned a fancy cat toy over those oversized cardboard yarmulkes. Well, it has been an adventure since then. Let me roll you through the story. Well, as you can expect, I've been busy with a lot of things, from different jobs to different colleges, from road trips to relationships, from horseback riding to possum killing, from start to finish, from me to you, from here to there, from rags to riches, from Jews to Gentiles, from Quaker zombies to fashion diapers, from flannel campfires to mustache Thursdays. But it all started that one summer. Well, that summer, I experienced my first kiss as an 18-year-old man. I'm not ashamed. You know, a lot of people experience these set of rules to follow on your first kiss, so just cut me some slack. Anyway, I spent the rest of that summer deciding where to go to college, and as most of you may remember, on that day we all threw our hats up in the air like a bunch of raving lunatics. I announced that I was going to be going to Oral Roberts University. Yeah, that didn't really work out. So I decided to go to Pitt State University. That didn't really work out either. I ended up at Johnson County Community College, where I ran track for scholarship, enjoyed a seat on the student senate, and I began to major in theater. Well, when I got a little tired of literally running around all the time, ended up deciding to change my life up a little bit. Nothing serious. I ran into an old friend who told me about a stage musical she was going to be choreographing that summer. I decided to try out, give it a shot. It worked out, and I would spend the next 8 years involved in a little place called Theater in the Park. Well, anyway, I left Johnson County Community College and transferred my theater education to a small university in the middle of Ohio, which I loved it, but I could only afford to stay there for 1 year. So I moved back to Kansas, where I enrolled as a Jayhawk. And I replaced my Firebird with a Mazda 3. But on the bright side, I had turned 21, so I could now legally buy and sell Polynesian caribou. In the meantime, I met a very interesting person named Victor Gossage, also known as Vinnie Bitmarth in some areas of the country. I was working as a Blue Note consultant for a saxophone player at the time at a little nightclub in the Jazz District of Kansas City. And, oh, look at this. Delicious. Well, Gossage walks in to the club, right in the middle of a bass fiddle solo, sits down at my table, puts a briefcase between the two of us, never says a word. He hands the waitress a piece of paper. She leaves and returns with 2 cigars and a bottle of 18-year Glenmorangie. He pours himself a double, finishes it with 1 lift, slams it down, gets up, leaves the briefcase, and walks out, passing the stage on the way where the piano player lights his cigar as he goes. He was there and gone before the bass was even finished with the solo. I remember it like it was yesterday. I think it happened that way. It was something like that. I don't know. Maybe we were introduced by mutual friends or something. I don't know. It was a long time ago. It's a little fuzzy, honestly. But We're still best friends to this day. Well, I was still acting, but I decided to redirect my education toward marketing and advertising. So I made the switch and took a job as an ad salesman with the campus newspaper. Then I needed a Jeep, so I got a Jeep. The Jeep needed a dog, so I found one of those. I finally graduated, but I needed another change in my life, so I moved out here to Colorado. And I love it so far. And now I work at a place called Proctor Productions.
Proctor Productions is an exhibit house that builds trade shows and events for companies all around the globe, where we can make your wild fantasies come to life.
When a client asks to have someone from our company supervise the setup and the tear down of their booth, Brian's that guy.
I remember one of our employees, like both her parents had just died in a car accident or something like that, and Brian just made this hysterical joke. It put everybody at ease, you know, even got a few laughs out of her, some tears, but I think they were tears of happiness ultimately.
Brian is he's yeah, he's
Yes, I know Brian. He has been working here for a year, and he has a beautiful...
Well, I don't know what's next for me, but I'm open for anything. I could stay here for years and years, or I could move somewhere else next year. All I know is that there's enough to be content about right now. I have a good job. I still have my Jeep and my dog. I've got a beautiful girlfriend. And you know what? The view's not bad either.
Well, this brings us to the end of our journey. I really hope you enjoyed reimagining all of these life experiences with me as much as I enjoyed sharing them with all of you. Now go home to your loved ones, find your favorite object of affection, and snuggle up tight and never let go. And remember, as they say, don't drink the eggnog. And to all, a good night.
We really can't stay.
Baby, it's cold outside.
We've got to go away.
Babies, it's cold outside.
This evening has
Been hoping that you'd drop in.
very nice.
I'll take your hand there.